Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and what I got for you today is something I would have never believed possible. This is the CX-10C. Now the CX-10C looks like the other CX-10s that you've seen come before you, but there's something very different about it. It has some features on it that you don't see on those other quadcopters. And what is that? I never would have believed it possible, but there is a camera on board this little quadcopter, as you can see here. Now this is just don't expect HD camera. This is just a little 0.3 megapixel 640 by 480 VGA resolution camera. But just the fact that they can stuff a camera into this little CX-10 just amazes me. I never would have thought it possible. I tried flying this at home indoors, and it's a very, very stable flyer indoors, providing excellent video indoors. But of course, I like to fly outdoors, and that's what we're out here today to see how this performs outdoors. I got a gentle breeze coming from that direction, about 5. Sometimes it goes up to about 10 miles per hour, picking up today. So we're going to fly here today, and particularly, I want to demonstrate this camera. And also maybe get some demonstration of its flight abilities. Let's look at its controller real quick. It's your standard little micro or nano quadcopter controller. The left stick also, is pitch or is the throttle and yaw, but it also controls beginner, intermediate, and expert by pressing the button repeatedly. The right stick is again just your pitch and roll, but it also implements flips by pressing it. And the trim button, which would be the roll trim button, is actually your controls for your video and photography. Pressing right on this button activates the camera, turns it on, and after your flight, of course, you want to turn it off or else you lose your video. So you got to press it twice during a flight. Just turn it on, and always remember to turn off your video camera on these little quadcopters or you lose the video file. And the left press on this button activates taking a picture. Range on this quadcopter, it's not very good. It's probably about 15 to 30 meters. We're going to find that out today, actually. I'm going to try to fly it up vertically, actually, to get that range. One of the things, I can't believe that they're offering this, but I said that already, but it's not very costly either. It's only about $28, I believe, currently. Maybe the price will come down in the future. One thing I did not like, it did not come with a micro SD card. I had to provide my own micro SD card. I don't know if that was because I had a prototype or what, but my package did not come with a micro SD card. What I got in there right now is a 32 gigabyte class 10 card, which is very good. It should do well in this quadcopter. Let's take it for a flight. Let's turn it on. It's got your usual on-off switch, usual charging port right there. Put it on the ground to bind it. I'm going to try to set it reasonably flat. Okay, binding the quadcopter. Turning on the camera. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a little blinking blue light to let me know the camera is recording. And away we go. I got to go to intermediate, got to go to expert to fight this little breeze we got here today. But that's what the camera is seeing. I'm just going to take it up high. Okay, I'm at about 30 meters. Yawing it around to show the area. Giving it a front push again. It's fighting the breeze a little bit. Now I got quite a strong breeze today actually for this thing. Let's bring it down low. As with the CX-10, it picks up a little bit of a drift here as it fights that wind. I'm going to send it as far as it can upwind, and then I want to yaw it. We'll use yaw, or actually roll. I'm going to move it around that way. And that way. Okay, I'm upwind. And that's its range. I would say about 20 meters that time. Again, this is advertised 15 to 30 meters. And it's meeting that advertisement. Okay, now let's take a quick look here. Is the camera still recording? Camera is still recording. I don't know if you see that little blue blinking light, but I'm going to turn off that camera because I want to demonstrate other features of this quadcopter, namely How does it fly? Okay, beginner, intermediate, expert, hand tossing. Whoops. One more time. Says, oh, that's the problem. During that crash there, I bent the prop. Here's what you do when you bend a prop. Instead of putting on a new prop, just straighten out the old prop. And I bent that prop too during that tumble into the ground. Okay, all props are reasonably straight. Making sure it's running. Hand tossing. Okay, when you get that, that means the gyros need to be recalibrated here, mainly because I was fighting that wind, and that crash into the ground kind of jarred it. Now I got a nice flat spot over here that I use to calibrate my gyros, and to calibrate the gyros, you move the left stick, lower left corner, and the right stick to the upper right corner simultaneously, while this is sitting on a flat level piece of ground. Like this. Left, and then this stick goes in the upper right, and you'll notice that the quadcopter's lights should blink, but I can't really see that in here in the daylight. But I should be good to go. So let's go back out again and hand toss it. And here we go. It's fighting this wind. I shouldn't be flying on a breezy day. I'm sorry, folks. I might have to redo this video, but we're going to get as much as we can out of this today. Recalibrating again. You can do it. You can fight this wind. Very stable flyer, but really for indoors. It can fly outdoors, but no wind on a no wind day. Okay, and also it is a little bit heavy with that camera, so don't expect acrobatics with this quadcopter. Turn the camera back on to see how much more flight time I can get out of it. Not much. And there it goes. Turn it off the camera, and that should have recorded. Well, that's about the flight time you get when you're recording. Keep in mind that this camera is using the battery that's built into this quadcopter for power, so it's going to significantly reduce your flight time when recording. If you want longer flight times, you got to turn off that camera. Okay, so that was just the first look at the CX-10C, something I think is really neat. Try it, especially if you're flying indoors. This is a great indoor flyer. Very nice and stable. Good beginners learn to fly quadcopter while flying indoors because of that stability. Okay, so again, this is CX-10C with a camera. Get my thumbnail. Hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101, signing out.